Gen Z generation, oh, Nini. And so when others are talking, we say, you are old school. Navigating the data. One of the starting messages on our book is the message on eschatology, the message on the return of Jesus Christ. That is one of the most starting messages, but it is very important because almost all of the signs of the scriptures, they are being fulfilled. Why do I choose to use the word navigating? Cars are being driven by manual, but those that fly aeroplane, they are being fly aeroplane by instruction. And with this instruction, they carry what we know as GPRS to fly this aeroplane by the instruction they are given. They might say, oh yeah, we are going 50 degrees north, 50 degrees, 30 degrees south, until when we get there, that is when we land, that's why we instructed, we want to enter the airplane, our phone should be on silent so that there will not be interruption of the network. Why? Because they are using something to do what? To fly. But how many Christians that are in this aeroplane still remember their GPRS? In the aviation sector, they have what they know as GPRS. But in the Christian world, we have what we know as GPS. What is GPS? God's plan for salvation. God's plan for salvation. Oh, I heard the man of God say very clearly that the problem of the church these days is not the problem of sin. Why? Because Jesus had died for you, and all of the sins is not what is forgiven. Even the sins you commit is still forgiven. And every day you keep on praying for mercy. But the problem of the church is hypocrisy. We've left the plan of salvation God has for us. A lot of us, when we first gave our life to Christ, our anchor text, our anchor scripture, the first scripture we ever quoted was John 3 verse 16 that we recite together. God loving the world to the point that He gave that whosoever believes should not perish. Meaning the plan of God for salvation is that none of His own should do what? Perish. But at a point in time, even as we are now, brother, I will hear some person say, if I want to die, make I die. Now all die, they die. You will just buy. We hear lots of things, we do lots of things. We have forgotten that there is already made. We've forgotten that there is already made plan for us. When we are taking action, we no longer think about God. In fact, some of us will not. Don't try me as it is. I have not done what. I was for now to explain. Now I come back and deal with you. Navigating within time. Do you know what strategy the devil is using to capture the Christians? Every time the devil keep putting words in your mouth, the devil keep playing with your thoughts. I don't know how many of us know how the devil keep playing the chase with people's mind. Or big two, big two, big two, big three. Keep playing things like that with your mind. Keep planting words in your mouth, words you are not supposed to speak. Your child goes to school and then he came back with a position he's not supposed to come back with. Instead of you to find a way or a solution, or even to lay hands on that child's son, you came back with a lower position today, but I pray for you. Going back next day, you go back with a higher position. Act like a Nigerian parent, I'm going to throw you. If you're even person, then you will do. Yes, it's what is happening. When we are preaching scripture, let us also be realistic. Or how many of us, let's be sincere, how many of us parents, like Joseph and Mary, went to see Jesus on the temple. Mommy, how will you react? After you gone on the road 3 years, who do whatever? Kai. If it's only meeting, it would have been good. It would have been good. Eh? Because when I'm told, we saw them and don't get the wrong idea. That's very true. One of the strategies the devil uses this same time is to put words in your mouth instead of allowing the word of the Lord to flow from you. The Bible speaks, it says, out of thy belly shall flow rivers of living water. So instead of the devil allowing these rivers to flow from you, the devil puts words in your mouth and then makes you very useless. The devil puts words in your mouth and makes you confused. It's after you finish doing it. And then when it's done on you and you have made a mistake, it's a child, it was the devil's workshop. Okay, you know it was the devil's time for already. And you gave your life for the devil to use. The same way God is looking for a man to use, the devil is also looking for men to use. And so in this same time, you need to navigate with what we know as GPS, God's plan for salvation. And this God's plan for salvation can only be understood with wisdom. And Jesus grew in stature and wisdom and the favor of God and men. There is one thing I know that wisdom brings. Wisdom brings you favor, even in the sight of men. Wisdom makes you different from every other person. What is this GPS? Let us see how we can navigate GPS. They are all here. What is GPS here? The Bible. The Bible is the GPS, and I'll show us 3 of these GPS that are contained in the Bible, and after which we pray. 3 of these GPS that are contained in the Bible, and after which we pray. These 3 are known as P's. I call them the 3 P's for prophecy. P. The Bible consists of prophecy. It consists of prophecy. And it consists of principle. Prophecy, promises, and principle. Those are the 3 things that will help you to navigate in this same time. You know, if a motor fall by the wayside or clashes with another motor, we call it what? Accident. But if an aeroplane gets without reaching its destination, it falls to the ground. What do we call it? He said it crashes. That is what happens to so many Christians. But once they don't know what they say, the person crashes. Yes. There is one of the prayers I used to pray. I don't like saying, oh, while I was in this is what happened. While I was in this, that is stories of past glory. I'm not interested in all those past glories. I'm not interested. What is God doing in the now? God, if you don't want me to remain hot, then you shouldn't have made me hotter from the beginning. I don't want to hear the story of that man you met him 3 years ago. He was this, he was that. But now, not in my generation. Not in my generation. B, number 1, prophecy. Isaiah chapter 65. Isaiah 65, verse 17. Isaiah 65, verse 17.